I just want to quickly touch on the salary cap. So Labor is promising to, if they get into government, to scrap the salary cap for teachers, go straight to the negotiating table for larger salaries. Does this mean that you're going to have to release the salary cap for all public servants? How much is this going to cost, and where is this coming from, the money? Because we know that Labor is not going to privatise anything to pay for it. So are we going to go into debt? What's your issue there?
Well, on the debt question, it has to be said this government that Sarah's cabinet minister in is in record levels of debt. So the government shouldn't be lecturing anyone about debt. But when it comes to the unfair wage cap currently on teachers and other public servants, yes, the wage cap does apply to. Not only is it a handbrake on the economy, it is absolutely such a... It acts as a disincentive for people to go into teaching. And I really want to get to this is actually the structural reason...
I get it, but how's it going to be paid for? Because this is going to be billions of extra dollars.
Yeah, and what we will do is we will instruct the Department of Education, if we are successful, to immediately negotiate with teacher unions to ensure that teachers can be paid more. And we will find ways to pay through that through we've been very clear, Chris Minns has been very clear, Daniel Mookhey has been very clear. Budget savings, we are going to ensure that we don't blow out public transport projects like this government has done. We'll be making sure we manage things like icare properly, where they have wasted $4 billion. TAHE, where they need $10 billion over the next decade.
I just want to get Sarah's response here, Sarah.
What are you going to pay teachers? What you say you're going to tell the department to go and
negotiate. We can't negotiate from opposition.
Well, hang on. You can negotiate to bring UFC matches to Sydney. So if you say we're going to direct the department...
Sarah, seriously, be mature about it.
I'm being serious. If you're going to... under a Chris Minns Labor government, teachers do not know what they will get paid. You won't put a figure on it. Do you agree with the Labor... Well, no, let me finish. Do you agree with the unions who want inflation? Do you agree with a recent report that talked about 25% per year? I'm very concerned about how you're going to pay for it because you don't have a good track record when it comes to the economy. But you won't even put a figure on it. How much? If you're going to tell a department to negotiate, a government has to give parameters. What percentage are you looking to offer teachers?
We cannot negotiate from opposition.
But put a figure on it. If you're costing it, if you know you're going to pay for it... I tell the teachers of New South Wales they will be paid more under a Labor government. How much more, Prue? Like, that's a very empty rhetoric to say we'll negotiate.
It's not empty, and you know why they don't want to be teachers.
Put a figure on it. Put a figure on it. How much more?
They'll be able to negotiate. And it's not just about pay. You know, it's also about conditions.
You've just said pay is the biggest issue. So put a figure on it. How much are you going to pay teachers?
No, well...
What will be the increase?
No, well, what we will do is teachers will be able to negotiate. And they'll be paid more under a Labor government. No, we don't know what the figure is because they'll negotiate.
So what if you negotiate less, like Victorian Labor did?
Look, well, what will happen is teachers will be able to negotiate for a fair wage increase in New South Wales. And you can't deny, Sarah, you can get up every day and say that teachers did an amazing job under COVID, but honestly, you can't deny that pay and conditions is a huge reason why people don't want to be teachers.
You're asking teachers to agree to a wink and a nod from Chris Minns that will pay you more. We won't put a figure on it. We won't tell you how we're going to pay for it. Do you know what we're asking teachers to do? And we won't talk about what the productivity measures will be.
We're asking teachers to judge you on your record, Sarah.
I'm happy to be judged on our record.
Well, let's
at least we're honest and realistic. If you say you're going to pay more, put a figure on it. Why are you so afraid to put a figure on it?
You're not honest and realistic because you know your own Premier won't rule out further privatisations.
Okay.
So if we're going to really throw the gauntlet down...
Teachers don't know what they'll get paid under a Labor government.
All right, one last quick one because we've got 1 minute left. I would have liked to have had you both ask each other questions, but I just wanted to let that run for a little bit.
I think that happens anyway.
Looks like we won't be able to get to that specifically
we could do that
in a structured manner. But one last one, just quickly. Labor is planning on banning mobile phones in all schools. A lot of schools in New South Wales are moving to do that anyway. Would you make that across the board as well?
Well, I think you just gave the answer there, Kenny. A lot of schools are moving to do this in New South Wales anyway. Most schools have restrictions, and I think what's important here as a parent is you've got to be able to find ways that your children can be digitally responsible citizens.
New South Wales government.
But I trust our principals, the Secondary Principals Council, the Federation, even Labor's expert that they had at their roundtable recently told a parliamentary committee that she doesn't back in a mobile phone ban.
Okay.
I trust our school communities in high school to make the right decisions, and we know that the overwhelming majority have restrictions in place already. Labor say they're going to ban it, but again, it's not what it says on the box. When you ask for detail, schools can work out how it's going to work in their context. If you need it for an educational purpose, that's fine, which is effectively the policy that we've got now. It's all smoke and mirrors and no substance.
Prue, just quickly.
Aren't we all concerned about how much time our children spend on screens and not concentrating in classrooms? There should be one rule for every school. They're banned in primary schools. They should be banned in high schools so that children can concentrate. Teachers don't have to make a decision, are they looking up an algebra problem or are they on TikTok? We need to be doing absolutely everything to arrest these education outcomes that have fallen through the floor under the Liberal and National government over the last 12 years.
Okay,
banning mobile phones is one of them.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, but I want to thank you both so much.
Thanks,
Our
Katie.
viewers, especially the mums and dads in New South Wales, by seeing these discussions, they draw so much value from it. So thank you so much and good luck for the rest of the election campaign. Prue and
Thank you.
Sarah Mitchell.
Thanks, Kenny.